Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house. We had a few little technical difficulties. I have to reset the whole show, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. Hope you guys are doing well out there. Yes sir, yes sir. That's how we say it. Yes sir. I think we have to change something here. So I don't know why it's changed the default, but we're gonna. Actually, that's not it either. What are we looking at here? That's the one. Let's go change that a little bit. Let us see what we can do there. Bam. All right, looking good. All right, we've got some comments in the chat already. We've got Diamond Hands. Woo! Good to see you, Diamond Hands. We've got TG and Hexkin as well with the 5555. And we got the parties on as well. So great to see both Diamond Hand and DGN in the house. Very cool. Should we get the show on the road? Let me get the link to the show, and don't forget to share it around on X as well. Share show on X. If you're new to YouTube, of course, don't forget to smash the subscribe button, hit the bell as well, and check out the socials in the video description. Join up to our community today. What else are we going to say about that? That is the link right there. So smash it out. Just hit the repost button. Doesn't take long to do. Let's go. Let's get going. All right. So what do we have today? We had some news around. The government shutdown, but nothing really happened. So the futures market was down last night. Futures market was down about 0.5%, and then it ignored it, and the stock market went up. Now, we knew there was a good chance that gold and crypto might go up as a store of value, sort of a risk, if we're going to hold on to that risk narrative. But it's the stock market went up as well, which is really great. So people are not taking the Democrats that seriously anymore, which is a good thing because they're all a bunch of evil narcs. But it's onwards and upwards for us. Onwards and upwards for us. All right, so let's get into it. Without further ado, let's wait for the news here. We got the S&P 500 closes above 6,700, which is fantastic, on bets of limited shutdown impact. That's right. So we got the Dow Jones there is up 0.1%, 43 points to 46,440. Remember, the Dow Jones got all the industrials in it, about 30 of them. S&P 500 is up 1/3%, 23 points to 6,700. So that's where we're getting our cool new records and stuff. NASDAQ there is up 0.4%, 95 points to 22,715. And if we go through all these on the chart, we can see we're pretty much up at the all-time highs. So if we look at the last year, you can see we're at all-time high levels. Pretty awesome on the Dow Jones. S&P 500 is similar, basically similar highs. And in the NASDAQ there, we can also see in the chart, we're up around record highs as well. So it's pretty awesome. We are in the moments of records, and we're in October, right? October, so that's awesome. Now, we're going to check out the US dollar is down at 97.43. Remember, it was about 108 when Trump came in. So US dollar was pretty strong back on the 20th of January, about 109.2. And here we are at 97. So US dollar has depreciated pretty dramatically since, against its trading partners. And but the good news is that oil is down too. So oil is down 2.6%, $1.66 to $61.80 for West Texas, and that's pretty cool. So when Trump came in, oil was around $76, something like that, 75, 76, yeah, $76, and now it's $61.80. So fantastic. Trump, they're doing really well at the gas pump, and so that is down pretty dramatic. What's that? $8. 13 or 14, almost $14 down on West Texas. Isn't that awesome? Brent oil at the moment down almost 1%, 61 cents at $65. We got gold right now is down a fifth of a percent, 8.4 points, but it is doing records too. Look at that. Woo! Look at that. Far out. $3,888, and it's at record highs. Isn't that amazing? Silver there right now, $47.34. It is about to take out the previous high, which was back in April 2011. So silver is about to go on absolute tear. So let's go for the max chart for silver. You can see we had a spike out here in April 2011. I think it was $68.32, and we're not far away from that. So silver is about to take out its previous high. Isn't that amazing? We've got Frank Whitehouse there, bang, bang, PulseChain. So silver about to take out another high. So really, haven't got much left, have we, to take out the highs. So it's exciting times there for silver. And of course, we have a target on the back of silver of $75 to $125. So over the bull market cycle ahead. So pretty amazing. US government shutdown, economic impact to be limited. Government shutdown has begun after a Republican-backed bill to fund the government failed to gain a majority in the Senate. Remember, in the Senate, they have 53 seats, but they need 60 votes. In other words, they need 7 Democrats. And typically, they're trying to get the more moderate Democrats, although the Democrats have moved pretty left, pretty radical. Not just radical, but they're pretty, let's face it, they're pretty evil guys. Pretty evil guys. Lying is the order of the day. Lying is the order of the day. We got Senate Democrats almost unanimously opposed the Republican spending bill, calling for the inclusion of continued healthcare subsidies in legislation. Now, the truth is they wanted to give healthcare to illegals. That's pretty much it. The bill, you're never going to see that in a liberal commentary, right? Never going to see that in liberal commentary. They like to lie they're all lies. The bill, which was earlier this month approved by the House of Representatives, was rejected 55 to 45. The bill there required at least 60 votes. So they picked up 2 Dems from the looks of it. Services ranging from air traffic control to disaster relief are expected to be impacted, while thousands of federal employees face potential furloughs. Now, apparently I saw something about 100,000 employees that are resigning anyway. So that's probably good news for Trump, because Trump, remember, one of the Trump strategies is to shrink the public sector and expand the private sector. And of course, if anyone's going to jump ship, then they'll be like, thanks very much. Thanks for helping us out. And this here also plays in for them as well. So it's a win-win for Trump. And it's a win-win for shrinking the deep state. Remember, the deep state departments in the United States are contaminated with the Democrats. So it's a virus. It's a virus. We got it here. We got it here in New Zealand, but we've got no one to get rid of them. They're in everything we've got here. They have contaminated the whole thing. State departments, councils, you name it, boards. We're completely screwed. Completely screwed. These guys are all progressive nut jobs. They're all lost their minds, and they are just sending our country, New Zealand, down the Google. It is very hopeless down here. Unfortunately, we don't have anything to push back on them. What else we got here? Services ranging from air control. Yeah, we talked about that. Wall Street remains optimistic that the shutdown is unlikely to leave a big dent in the economy. We saw last time I see some numbers for, I think, I can't remember how long it was, the shutdown. Was it 30 something days maybe? And I think the shutdown value was about $11 billion. So it's not really that significant. So yeah. Remember, the US economy is about $27 trillion. So you put that in the context, And the government, the Federal Reserve is about, was it about 5.3 trillion, something like that. Yeah. Well, actually, revenue is probably close to 3.5, isn't it? So this expenditure is about 5.7, so it's about $2 trillion bigger. New Zealand is an Orwellian nightmare. It is indeed, Neil. It is indeed. I'm not sure there's much hope for New Zealand, to be honest. Yeah, it's sad. My own country being wiped out. It's pretty sad. But Kiwis have been indoctrinated. Kiwis are pretty weak-minded. When I grew up, Kiwis were really strong. The men, we had great role models. We had, people making the first motorbike, sort of first jet-powered boat. These are all Kiwis. First to climb Mount Everest. We had great role models, and now we've just got weak people, weak men, betraying women, It's not really very good in New Zealand. We're pretty screwed. We're pretty screwed, and we've got an invasion going on right at the same time. So we're just going to get replaced. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it. It's just the way it is. What else we got there? We got history suggests that the government shutdown lasting a few weeks ultimately will have limited impact. So that's kind of where we are right now. Others warn against complacency as the shutdown becomes just as investors remain concerned about slowing the labour market, and the federal layoffs can only add to the worries. May be dangerous for investors to base their expectations of how assets will react in the event of the previous shutdown. This would assume there is no potential for downward movement in stocks and bonds amid a weaker economy, and lends false sense of complacency in the case of an extended shutdown. So that's kind of where we are with that. So basically the markets are really they love the shutdown, love the shutdown, and of course they also like the memes. So if you guys haven't seen the memes, Trump posted a big meme out. It's pretty hilarious. Let's see if we can find the meme. Can we? Pretty sure we got to find the meme. So let's find the meme. That was pretty hilarious. So Trump has been trolling the Democrats. And they're easy to troll, right? Because they're so crazy. I'm not sure whether this is the one here. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Got a couple here. I haven't got the sound effects, but probably copyright anyway. But let's pull it up there. That's Trump. So you can see Schumer there on the right hand, and what's he's got wearing sombrero. It's pretty funny. It's got the music too, So pretty funny there. The other thing was we got Trump here with pointing his finger there at the president's desk. And then, of course, he's got this latest one here about this guy on the right there, upset about it. And then they've got all these Donald Trump playing the Mexican music in the background. So it's got the Mexican music playing as well. So it's pretty funny. So, yeah, the markets love government shutdown and memes, which is pretty good. So, yeah. What else we got there? I think that was it on that one. That was pretty funny. All right, so that's the one there. And what else have we got there? We got Treasury yields fell as bets on further rate cuts were supported by data showing the largest decline in US private payrolls, 2.5 years during September. Companies shed 32,000 jobs last month, the biggest drop since March 2023. While August numbers were also revised lower to show a loss of 3,000 jobs compared to the initial reported gain of 54,000 positions. This release has taken an additional market importance of the US government shutdown that's likely to delay release of widely watched non-farm payrolls released for September due on Friday. So that's very important, that one, right? The non-farm payroll. So we'll see how that goes. Investors would have been looking for the payrolls to provide more definitive cues on the labour market, whose cooling was a major motive for the Federal Reserve's September rate cut there. The key for investors will be whether the next non-farm payroll report expected this week is delayed due to the shutdown. If so, this could spare the market the potential of seeing August 22,000 payroll number sink below zero, as it is likely given the statistics are already dangerously close. Delay would postpone any investor disappointment, give the market a chance to release more positive data in the interim. That's some of the updates there. So we'll keep a lookout for Friday. Important data there. Thanks, Mikey, for reposting the stream there. I think Hex Greater and else. If you guys haven't reposted, that is the link to repost the stream. We're adding a bit of political commentary in today, especially around the country that I'm in. All right, so that is pretty much it for that. Let's jump over to the crypto market, shall we? Go full screen on that. And we've got crypto right now at 4.12 trillion. Yay! We're back over 4 trillion, up 3.5%. We got 18,994 coins, so that keeps creeping up. The number of coins on CoinGecko. Bitcoin there at the moment, $118,357, up 4%. Good news there. Ethereum there is at $4,332, up 4.8%. Looking good. We got XRP at number 3, up 3.6%, $2.94. BNB at number 5 is up 1.9% at $1,023. We got Solana at number 6, up 5.7%, up $220. And then we got Doge at number 8, up 6.4% at 24.7 cents. Then Tron there at number 10, up 2.7% at 34 cents. And that is our top 10. So pretty good news there. Pretty good. Cardano or ADA having a good day in the office at number 11, up 5.5%. Top bet performer over the last 24 hours has been Doge, up 6.4%. And over the last week has been Bitcoin. Yes, Bitcoin. Bitcoin, the best performer, up 3.8% in the top 10. Moving top 100, we've got Atom 1 has come out of nowhere. It is at number 98, and apparently it's up 7,322% for the week, 646% today. That is Atom 1. It is at $10.37, and you can see the chart on the right there is pretty ballistic. Let's have a quick look at that. So Atom 1 there, and it is been around. It says here since February this year, but it suddenly just gone to the moon. So it's gone from 20 cents all the way up to $10.37. Looks like it's its own chain. Let's have a quick look at the website. Secure community-driven interchain hub, which I think we looked at the other day. So for some reason that has gone to the moon to $1.2 billion. We'll see what happens to that chart there. It's pretty crazy. All right, so that is Atom 1. That's professional performer. What else? It's disappeared from the list. What the hell? I don't know what happened there, but disappeared. We got Zcash right now is taking number 1 there, so I'm not sure what's happened with that switch there, but it's at number 9. It's up 99% right now. MY Finance at number 2, 53%, up 74%. Pump Fund 24.6%, number 64. Aptos at number 50 is up 13%, and Mantle of our top 5 is up 11.5% as well. So some nice little movers there, particularly MYX and Zcash there, or ZEC, up pretty big there as well. So those are our top 100 top gainers there. Atom 1 we just looked at. Polycute number 2 up 80%, and Zcash there as well. Since we've already kind of know Zcash, we'll have a look at Polycule, and that is up sitting at number 974. It's been around since May this year, a couple of months, and it is on Solana chain, and it looks like a trading site. Polycule, is it? Polycule. Polycule bot, trade on Polymarket anywhere, start trading, stats and bots. So there we go, another trading device there, and that is on Solana. So that is just pumped really nicely actually. It was 26, it was at 1 cent, it's now at 3.6 cents. So it's having a good day in the office. They're at number 974. All right, so that's pretty cool. What else we got there? We got Brennan in the house there. Howdy super, October looks promising. Hey, good to see Brennan in the house there. Brenton is in off season right now. He's in off season. We got good to see you. We got Utah Crypto. Yo, Suitman. He's going to be on season for something else soon though. He's going to be on season. Yo, Suitman. Good to see you, Crypto Utah. Big shout out and welcome to the chat. All right, so that is where we are right now on the markets. Trending is Atom 1, Corn, and Adrena. They are trending, and that is pretty much it for the market. So we're back at 4.14 trillion, up 3.4%. And we got Bitcoin at $118,348, up 3.8%. We've got Ethereum at $4,334, up 4.8%. So a good green day in the markets there. October has begun. So it's started off well, even with the government shutdown. It's crazy. We're in a crazy world. It's kind of cool. Now, that is pretty much it for our market update. I wasn't going to go into the charts because we're going to probably spend a bit more time on the old PulseChain, which is coming up next. But I want to pull up something because I haven't done that yet. So let me just do that. All right, so I think we're up to here. Yeah, we're gonna have a look at that. All right, cool. Now, Brennan says, "Bring on the God candles." Woo! Yeah, you just never know. We might get God candles. All right, let's get into the updates. No, we've already done that one. Let's go into the updates here. So we got this young lady here. I think she's in San Francisco, and she received apparently one of the PulseChain promotional devices. She did, and her name is Kim Tran. So I'm presuming she's real. It's not AI, but she got this little PulseChain device, and she's got a little video. Now I do have a little bit of the video, so let me just see if I can play this, and it will play properly. So let's go.
San Francisco to talk to you about this tablet. I'll also be blessing this tablet with quantum healing codes for your abundance. I'll be taking this tablet until the day of the auction end to sacred sites in San Francisco that will imbue this relic with immense energy for your success. So make it a moment starting now. This could be yours. Here in San
So a little creepy, but she got one of those devices and now she's putting it on eBay for $555. So there we go. That is it. So hey, look, it's going to go out to lots of people with lots of different individuality, let's say. Yeah, that is that. So she's got that on eBay, and that's just one of many. Now we're going to obviously have lots of videos of people showing their iPad devices they've received and learning about PulseChain and so forth, Ethereum. Now, typically Ethereum might be the trigger that they might know, and that triggers them on to PulseChain. So there we go. That is it. So it's going to it's happening. It's slowly happening, creeping up. We've got anecdotal evidence, we would say. So we'll keep a lookout for more and more of this as those million devices that we're expecting to get out before Christmas. So it's pretty cool. So people are working at the Hive, getting the devices delivered, and we're looking at. They're trying to, I think, ramp up to like 30 to 40,000 a day. So I don't know how they're going with that, but they've definitely been getting tens of thousands out. So it's on the move, So there we go. Another little bit of evidence there with the old Kim Tran there. Interesting. Now we got day 873 since PulseChain launched, and what do we got here? We got the price of PulseChain, quadruple 0362, up 4%. So no real big moves yet on PulseChain, but we are in October and we have started off green from the looks of it. At least it's looking good there. It's the 1st of October in America, isn't it? So it is green. So we started off well. May we start getting not just double digits, but 30-40% days. That's what we're all looking forward to. Let's see how we go with that. Brennan says, bring on the God Mode candles. I think I read that one. Brennan's also said she regrets selling it. Yeah, $555. Now we saw, I think the first one, what did the first one go that they said the first one on eBay kind of thing? I think they went for like 2,200 or 2,700, someone in that zone. I hope people don't keep bidding on those iPads for prices like that. I know she's put hers on at $555, but they're worth about what, maybe with posters and delivering they're worth like $20 or something. But I think they're probably manufacturers probably more like $2 or something like that. I got Candle MVC's excavator. We got PulseX at the moment, quadruple 0241, up 4.4%. The buy and burn is creeping up 7.82%, so we'll take that. We've also got INC token at the moment at $1.42, up to 2.25%. We've got Hex at the moment, which has been the talk of the town recently, is up modestly, up just under 1% at 8.4 cents, 8400th of a penny, I should say. We've got EHEX at the moment, still looking pretty strong, 2900th of a penny, so it's at the top of the range that we've seen it. And we've got the combined price of EHEX and PX at 1.12 cents. Looking at the gas prices, we've got 620,000 beats right now. We've got 0.8 of a penny for a PulseX swap. Looking at the validators, 52,850 validators, pretty similar to what we've had the last couple of days. And looking to the bridge, the health check, we're at 113.1 million, so that's really good. So what are we at? Down around about 10.9 yesterday or something like that. So we're up, maybe 2.2 million, something like that, if I'm remembering my maths correct. So that's good news. So pretty cool. All right, so that is pretty much it. We're up. Let's have a look at the PulseChain sacrifice treasury. It is up 14.8%, almost $93 million, and we're at 721 million again. So that's kind of cool. Not too far away from that. We were over at $250 million, wasn't it? Isn't that going to be awesome when we see $1 billion on there and not $1 million? Isn't that going to be cool? So remember, Richard was the one who put this on the treasury, the ETH tracker. So it's kind of cool. I really would like to see PulseChain build a narrative around treasury reserves. I think that would be really cool. So we'll see what happens in that space. All right, that is pretty much it. Let's jump over to the markets. And we've got 12.5 million in volume, so still low volume. It's not beat around the bush. We've been around 12.5 million a lot in the last 2 weeks. Not every day, but a lot. Around 2.5 million, 12.5 million, I should say. 285,000 transactions. Now that's a bit higher. It's a bit higher than what we've seen recently, so that's cool. Best performance at the moment, Peacock making quite the comeback. And as you guys know, I'm pretty keen about the battle of the memes. I just kind of think it's going to be fun and a great way of inspiring the whole community to be really active around memes. We're seeing some ups and downs with different meme communities. I think they've got a lot of work to do, to be honest, just to be fair. But we're going to encourage them the best we can. Get out there. It's one of the easiest, social media marketing. So getting good meme communities out there doing good stuff is cool. Peacock at the moment is at 0.4 of a penny. Let's have a look at that, up 44%. And let's have a look at the chart right now. Having some nice little movements here. We had that little RSI consolidation range, and we've just been up since then. So on the daily now, we are up at 50, 58. So we've got lots of room. Peacock could continue to run here. So that's kind of cool. So let's have a look at where we started off from. Let's take it around about here at 0.2 of a penny. So basically a 2x in 3 days. So that's pretty awesome. So people pretty happy about that. Looking at the 4 hourly, we're a little bit overheated here, and so maybe need a little bit of up and down zigzags all the way to the top of the RSI on the daily. But it's doing pretty well. 0.4 of a penny now. Zero Trust has been around for over a month. That's up 35%, 30% depending on the pair. Obviously, it's paired up with Peacock as well. And we got Zero there on the Pulse price there, up pretty nicely too, pretty similar, moving together it seems. Not surprising there, I guess. And that is up. What is that up? I can't even see. I'm blind. It's up 77%, not quite as strong, but 77% there. Finvestor has been making a move. So a lot of the OG WebChef stuff has been on the move the last day or 2 or 3, maybe. So it's pretty cool. Definitely last 2 days. And we've got, doing this is the weekly chart. We're at $5.24 coming off the bottom, there at local bottom. And what are we at there? $4. So, up $1.20 there. Not sure why that's moving around so much. But anyway, Blitz right now. Blitz is one of the PulseChain, is it? PulseChain farms, one of their incentive tokens, matched with PulseX. And that's up 11.7%. So it's having an interesting move. Let's quickly have a look at that. So it's coming off the bottom as well. Lots of these tokens, of course, we've been down. Probably not surprising. We're coming off the bottom of a lot of these tokens. And 706900. We're at 7077, so having a nice little move there on the daily. Can it get do a bit more, that farm? We'll see. PDC the Greys on the move, and that's in our top 10, so number 7, up 11%. Number 6 and 7, actually, on the pairs. I think this has probably suffered to some degree from a vouch. That's my, I haven't, cross-populated all the trades, but that is my feeling that, after the sell-off, it sort of impacted also by the vouch, which this is on the weekly candles, by the way. So it's had a lot of weeks down, right? So just bouncing back off support area. We had got a decent support area around here on the weekly at 0.0002100. We're now at 0.0002800. So a nice little move there. And the RSI is turning a little bit there at 42. But my guess is that probably vouch had an impact on that. World's greatest PDI printer, along with OG WebChef. We had Finvestor up here, the parent, the grandparent, as it were. Or OG WebChef up 11% as well, $11.30. So we'll look at that on the log. There's a new pair from the looks of it on the daily, and that's up $11.29. So I'm not sure what that's paired with actually. What's it paired with? X, paired with X, yeah. I don't like looking at particularly new pairs. That was just happened to be up there. UFO PDC is up at 11%. Top Hat, which interesting, is making a bit of a move. Brennan says Dominance had a big move recently. Do you know why? No, I don't. I just managed they're moving their mechanisms a little bit, Brennan. That's probably it. I mean, I'm not in the OG Web Chef Telegram group, so I haven't been tracking that. But it's they must have done something to move that along with the volume. It was up last night. I expected to see it here right now when we're going through it, but it's not here. It's obviously popped down a bit. Some profit taking maybe. Top Hat though is up on the move, 9.6%. From Crypto Coffee, the big influencer on PulseChain, and it had a good little bounce of 000 8900 is now at 00 1200 almost. So a nice little move there. That's really just a pure meme and really based on the power of Crypto Coffee, really, because not that he's particularly been doing much with it, but just he's one of the bigger influencers, and I guess just moving around with that. And at some stage it was going to find a bottom, so up 30% there. 5 days, not bad. We got Apin Pulse is up 9%. Number 14 and number 15 to wrap it off is Die Hard. Of course, you earn PDI, don't you? That's up 8.8%. I don't know what PDI is at the moment. Let's go have a look at PDI. PDI there, Pulse coin list, I guess. And we'll go find PDI here somewhere. We got Dominance up here. The Dominance is up 212% for the week. What the hell? That's pretty good. So it's back to you there, Brennan. Peter. What the heck? Where's it gone? Normally they're up here. What is going on here? What is going on? Market caps. I can't remember which. Normally it defaults. Normally it defaults. They're all at the top here. What is going on? Market cap. It's because I got the 24-hour. I have no idea what's the default view here. Liquidity. What normally they're showing up here. Here it is here. Liquidity. Okay. So we got PDI right now up 15% for the week, 5% today, sitting at 4200th of a penny. There we go. So that is interesting. And then we got Die Hard here sitting at number 15, up 8.7%. So not bad. So a quick look at Die Hard. And this is the weekly candle, and that is up from it's up a little bit. It's up a little bit. It's not too much. Up, 8% today, whatever, 8.9%. Then we got PulseChain, which we talked about because PulseChain had its incentive token Blitz up here at number 5. PulseChain here coming in at number 17, up 8.6%. Most, now we're getting some meme coin. We've got Most Wanted, 8% there at the moment. Time Dividend, up 8%. In fact, Time Dividend must be trying to push higher, isn't it? Not quite made it yet. The RSI is just tipped down a little bit, 68, so we'll see whether it can push higher, but really the RSI just seems to be holding it range bound at the moment, at the top of the resistance. We got time dividend there. We got Zendog G. Hey G, Zendog G. That was number 1 before me yesterday, remember? It is a number 20 today, 7.7% up there. Love.io, number 23, is up 6.6%. We got Dominance here, which you were talking about again, Brennan. That is up 6.5% right now, but down 46% in the last 6 hours. So there we go, Brennan. That's what's happened. It was hyper pumped with 136k of volume, over 23k of liquidity. I mean, it's pretty insane. And that had hyper pumped all the way up to, actually lost a zero, can I believe it got to, oh my God, look at that. It got to 10 cents, now back at 3 cents. There we go. So I don't know whether any of you guys still got some dominance, but that making a bit of a move there. Okay, thanks, says Brennan. Brennan says, what? Maybe big moves coming for Bitcoin. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Well, if Racker Michelle's got a lot of it, then he might have it in Coinwell too. So I don't know. There's lots of players that could move the old PDI wrap Bitcoin. Depends on their holdings and the narrative. What else? We got number 25 coming at number 25 is Best of Everything. Pump Tires 6%. Richard Hart. Tropa coming at number 26, 27, up 5.8% at 10 cents. Then we got us. We got the Peppy meme number 29 up 5.5%. 9mm, which is pretty active DEX at number 28, 11.7 cents, up 5.5%, and that's been doing pretty well. And And so, yeah, that's up. Sorry, not 11 cents, 1.2 cents. My bad. Apologies for that. A factor of 10 is a pretty bad mistake. And so that's up 34% in the last 5 days. So not bad there. And these guys, they're always putting out stuff. So they're always putting out updates. The 9mm. You got to have respect for that. So we've got PulseX and 9mm. 9inch, of course, has a lot of negative flack to it because of certain posts and things like that. Someone posted something in our Discord about that. You can go check that out. DevC, number 29, up 5%. We've got Gas Station from OG WebChef there, up 5% as well. So we have got a bit of movement going with OG WebChef tokens. We've also got OG WebChef BFF there, up 5% as well. $3,200. $3,200. Let's have a look at that one. Now, OG WebChef, if I remember rightly, did split up. Like the team split up, didn't they? And were launching no tokens. So if I might be including, both sides of the factions, as it were. I don't know whether they're factions, but it makes it's humorous. It's humorous. 3,200 there, dollars for those. Curve at number 33 is up 4.8% as well. What else we got going in there? 35 is Pulse Puppy. A lot of meme coins here. Then that's up 4.6%. Rhinofy number 36 up 4.6%. They got their treasury, of course. They're charging treasury. Shout out to the team. What else we got going here? Number 39 is PulseX course UFO. We talked about that. Liquid Lines at number 42 up 4.3%. RSI oversold is up 4.3%. X is at number 45. That's up 4% as well. Teddy Takeover, which is still quite low. That is at 1/1300th of a penny. That's at number 46. So we'll have a quick look at that. And that is, it's off the bottom still. I mean, I had a little pump the other day, but it's sort of consolidated here. So it's probably looking pretty good for a rise. Once again, not financial advice, but that does look good for a pickup. DCA. I don't know whether Moondog, what's his name? B-Roots has been talking about it much at all. You have to go check up. Those are him and Ian Einish are the kind of big supporters there of Teddy Takeover. Maybe the big sellers too, so just take note of that. We got 47 there is Stake Teeth, upset 3.7%. A Doubt token is up at number 48, it's up 3.5%. There's Sparta with the old Hex DAO, up 3.5% at number 49. And then we've got Dominance again, another one of Dominance pairs here at number 50, which is up 3.5% there. Pump Tires Die up 3.3%, which is not too far behind where we saw PDI, right? PDI is up 5%, so not too far behind that. What else there? And you made a comment about Wrap Bitcoin, Brennan. So let's give a quick look at where Wrap Bitcoin is for the moment. Wrap Bitcoin on here somewhere. Probably went right past it. There it is here. $576 at the moment for a Wrap Bitcoin, up 5% today as well. Let's have a quick look at this one. Now, the narrative around this, of course, if you get one Bitcoin. Now, as I've showcased before in previous videos, we've got several Bitcoins running around PulseChain. We've got this one here, the PulseChain fork one. It's currently $574. And we have the Pump Tires one, which we're looking at right here as well. Where did it go? Down here somewhere. Here it is here, Pump Tires one. And that's up 3.6% today. There's the chart for the Pump Tires one. And then we have Pulse Bitcoin, right, from the one that is Fat Sammy and the Pulse Bitcoin Council, as they call it. It's quite a large council of people, and they seem to be particularly supporting the ETH side, but we'll see what happens on the PulseChain side. Yeah, that is the chart right now. 00055 for the old market cap, 553K on the market cap. What's the market cap on this one? Market cap 88 million. 88 million on this one. 88 million on a PulseChain. All right. Let's scroll down before we get rugged off the show. 9inch down here at the moment, up 2.8%. We got Trump token at number 56, up 2.5% at 1/10 of a penny. Yeah, we'll see. See how this goes. Certainly on the bottom still. So it is what it is. It is what it is. That's all we're going to say. All right, we got number 59, 2.44%. As well, Liberty, Liberty, 58%, 2.5% here at number 58. To wrap up our top 60, we've got X Game, and it's still performing pretty well. Facing quite a bit of resistance up here at this level, waiting for the game to launch, but it's up 2.2%, sitting just below 2.1 cents. Let's have a quick look at that. And this is the next big launch expected for PulseChain, right? X Game, and it's going to be on Telegram. Yeah. So there we go. That is the chart. Still looking pretty good. RSIs have been hot for a while, but it's defying the RSIs. 4 hourly's cooled off, so it's down to 50 almost. That's kind of cool. The daily is just above the 70, and the weekly, which is coming down a little bit there, 85. So yeah, there we go. Now we'll see what happens when it launches. See what happens. But probably more likely not a bit of sell the news event. But if X Game is successful, then it will re-rate over time even higher. Probably is where we go. It's only 20 million market cap, so if it does do successful, you could easily see it getting into the hundreds of millions of dollars. So we'll see. What else there? Hex A, another one of the Pulsechain farm incentive tokens with Hex up 2% there. Vouchers at number 64. Now, let's see how Voucher's going. As I said, I think this probably was eating the lunch a little bit from the PDC, the Greys. And here we are at quadruple zero, 6,200, 6,300, but holding pretty well where it is right now. So kind of cool. I had quite a few people coming to talk to me about covering this back when it was at the top here, 00015, but I just felt that it was too high at the time. I didn't want to really talk about it. Otherwise some people might, even though it's not financial advice, some people might go away and try and buy some at the top of the move, and I didn't really want that. So there we go. That is where we are right now. So there we go. Thinking about you, as we say, thinking about you. We got what else we got Pump Tires at number 66, up 1.8%. We got Solid X here at $6.57. Still a very good entry right now, I think, in $6.57. I do understand that Firewall may be rethinking after some petitioning about moving some of the capital back out of LPX, and I think he should be having it on PulseX. I mean, I'm not sure why, but that's just the way it goes. It's his decision. But some people thought it may not be an existential issue for the PulseChain, but I believe it would be maybe not an existential one, but a quasi one. It would be and not at the time of the market that we want it. So that's all I'll be saying about that. Maybe I'll say a bit more, but that's what I'll say. Okay, I'll probably keep saying stuff, but that's kind of where we are on Solid X, $6.57. A bit of a bargain right now. Let's have a look at the RX. I was on the PulseX version, but there's a bit of a bargain right now on the old PulseX. Solid X, we've got Unity right now. Unity keeps adjusting to its supply. We're not really expecting too much from that. What day is it on? About day 43, 44. So yeah, we're still expecting that to continue to adjust right and through to day 70 or so. So it's 70, 80. So no surprises there. $1.26 right now. Expect that to continue to decrease. Now, it does have some very clever mechanisms around staking and the 5% cost. So that's very clever, and we've seen that with Taurus already, right? So yeah, that's where we are. We're gonna have a look at Taurus in a minute, but that's kind of where we are there. What else are we getting down to? 70s there, so still in the green. Got a lot of Hex down here, Teddy Bear, ALGO, Solid X pairs, saw some mini meals down here, down 1% right now. So it's not too bad. We're not too bad a day to start off October. The only one that's really down hard is Dump Tires and Your Mum. And saw some mini meal, had some nice little corporate buying. This is probably going to re-rate soon. I'm not sure when their Floyd news is coming out, but we'll keep trying to get up to date to that. But that is the weekly chart now for Floyd. For Saw Some Mini Meal. So this is probably going to get ready to rock soon. We'll try and get some news around that. And that is, getting there. All right. That is pretty much all of our markets. Now I was going to have a quick look at Taurus, which is not on PulseChain, but on Ethereum, because we just talked about Unity, which is on PulseChain, the same protocol, with token differences, blockchain differerences. What the hell is this one? No, this is the wrong one. Okay, not this pair. Where's the pair of the liquidity? This one here. All right, 12.5 cents. So what day are we on? 2 months. We'll go have a look at the website. What day are we on? So this is a little bit of a future glimpse of what's going to happen with Unity. And it'll be slightly different because we've got different adoption levels and stuff like that. But we're at 13 cents right now. And if we look at the yield is now 95% on creating, which is, remember we were up at like 20,000, 22,000 or 18,000, something like that. Now we're at 95%. Staking there is at 1460. So you can see how the mechanism works. We might have started off with like 20,000% on the creating, but we're now at 95%, and the staking was low, and now it's the high one, 1459. So it really encourages people to stake, but there's also a 55% premium to go into it as well, of course. So very clever system. And let's have a look at the stats right now. We've got 126,000 tokens liquid now. So there's no real point because people are pretty much at fair value when the amount of tokens comes out. So the additional volume they get out versus where the market price is. So they're really just left with one kind of option virtually. Well, you can hold it liquid, which is not generally a good idea, but you can go and stake it and feed the system with the 5%. And that's where you're getting a bit of yield. So that's what it's designed to do. It's a staking protocol using ROI incentives to get you in, ROI protocol incentives. So at the moment, we've got 5.24 billion shares. That's going to change, presumably, a little bit. We'll see with the 88, 89 day. We're currently on day 84. My goodness, we're really getting up to the magic time now. So remember, 88 days is the max that you could do. So we're coming up only 5 days away from those first early big candles coming out. So that's fascinating. It's going to be really cool. And then we're going to see what happens. So we should get a lot of people staking. We will see whether we start getting market makers coming in to buy the supply, because obviously the supply continues to grow over the weeks and weeks after the day 89. But we see people starting to accumulate, given the price is around fair value. So when I say fair value, I mean around break even based on the volume versus the price that they got. So yeah, what else? I think that's it. Brendan says day one tourist creations for 88 days are just above break even. Yeah, so that means people go to stake, right? That's pretty much it, and therefore you take all that stuff off the market. So when stuff comes out that will reduce the shares, but when people go back to staking, it's going to increase the shares again. But no doubt there'll be less shares overall. And the buy and burn continues to buy and burn at the 1%. And not expecting much to happen with this, to be honest. Liquidity is building. 1% of that too. So, $1,800 of building liquidity a day. And you got what? $2,500 worth of buy and burn a day. And then you've got the fractal coming in on day 110. So that's still a while away yet. What's that, 26 days away. But, it's going to be fun to see that play out. The stake bid number at the moment is 283,000. Expect that to end up being in the millions. It's going to be in the millions, isn't it? Very soon. Very soon that's going to be in the millions. 283,000 now. Going to be in the millions. Burned 208,000. That's going to creep up. Will keep continuing to creep up. Especially when the burning. If you're doing 2,800, you're burning a lot more this day, aren't you? 13 cents, 12 cents. It used to be up here at like $11. So you're burning way more now. So that's pretty cool. What else can we say about that? I think that's it, is it? Now let's go have a look at the Gene dashboard just to wrap it up. Brennan says, will people just stake it or wait for 110-day fractal? I think that, wow, I don't know about the fractal, but I think that, it will increase the average buy and burn, right? That's true. Some people may do that. Yeah. There's a lot of volume coming out there, Brennan. So, there's a lot of volume that keep that on taps. You're going to burn a lot more coins if people sell it down, at 10%, 20% profit or whatever. But I think you're going to get a lot of staking. And a lot of people holding liquid. We're going to See, we're going to look at this profile, and that will give us a bit of a Blue's Clues into the future look of the profile. There we've got 16.8 million coins coming out. So, we're only, what do I say, 200 and something thousand liquid. So we've got millions of coins coming still. And this is the big day we got coming up. So we're up to day 84. So we had 118,000 coins come out so far. We're creeping up though. By the time we get to day 88, it's 1.6 million. And then day 89, which is the first day, we jumped to 3.1 million coins. So I think, people will be staking for the most part, Brennan. Yeah. There we go. And then we're going to keep climbing up. Day 110. So we got that. Day 110. Remember, this is a long-term project, so we've got to go through these phases. That's basically it. The day 110, by the time Fractal operates, we'll have about 7.8 million coins out. So it's going to be a completely different world by the time we get there. So here, when will we start seeing some action, Brennan? When will we see? I think at day 114. Look at this, day 114. Why do I say that? Well, I think there's going to be a different action along here. We'll have the Fractal out. We'll have a lot of this potentially staked, all the stuff that's coming up to this point. For people that are after the high yields, people that are taking on a bit more risk, maybe they stay liquid, one would argue. But then again, if they're paying for US dollars, or if they're playing for US dollars, then we may be in boom October, right? So if we're in October, they may just sell. So we have, some people will win. There'll be some winners selling into that. It's probably the play. If they hold liquid and the rest of them stake, especially if the bulk stake, then the liquid holders would do well, Brennan. I agree with you there. I think there's a couple of upside narratives around that. Fractal, October, ETH price, playing for the US dollars. So, yep, short play. And then the longer plays think, hey, look, yield's really cool still on staking, 49% or whatever. Even though it will go down with more stakers, and that's the play. Now, we might get market makers might start coming in after day 111, 112, because we flatten out the curve, right? Flattens out. So we only go from day 13, we've got 8.2 million coins to 140, we've got 9.4. So, over 25 days, we might actually have market makers come in and say, hey, look, a lot of the supply's out. I'm going to buy tons of the coins, and then the price does quite well there too. So that would be the short player. If you're willing to do the swing trade out past the day 140, you might do pretty well. Then we start to creep up again. So we might have a bit of resistance in the market price. And then certainly we start running away from day 150 all the way up to day 170. And so we know we go 9.2, almost double the supply. So we might have a bit of resistance there, capping out prices in this zone. So yeah, but remember the max amount of coins we're going to have total is 125 mil. Less the burning, supply sinking. The other thing, of course, is that the cryptographics has got some other big new protocol launching, which is going to use these tokens, right? So he's obviously knows around the inflation, and that could really lift things. That's a big potential white swan event for the whole protocol supply. So yeah, you might be able to sell out if you're lucky for a good little yield. But maybe you miss the big upside if that protocol launches. So that's still out there. Yeah, I don't know if he's been talking about that much lately, but that's some of the things. If a majority move to staking could limit the liquid supply for the further upside. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's quite a few scenarios there for a good upside for liquid holding now that we've sort of thought through it there. And then the wildcard, right? The other protocol. So yeah, that's it. That's thick game theory. Thick game theory, as we say. Neil says, time in the market beats timing the market. Sometimes. I think this has kind of been obvious the way this is going to work with the 4 phases. So yeah, actually timing the market has been a winning play in the old in Taurus and Unity as well. Yeah. So partly agree, partly disagree. Brendan says in the house there, thick game theory. That's like thick game theory. Now, in terms of what Neil's saying about time in the market, well, if Jake Sharp comes out with this X28 protocol, and we get the ETH boom on Titan X, because Titan X will have that boom. And if we get to 15k Ethereum, then you're talking about 100 million. 15k, I think it's 15k. Yeah, you're talking about $100 million in the buy and burns. So that would certainly fit in with Neil's time in the market. So you might miss out on the short term opportunities, but maybe the long term opportunity is massive in the X's, tens of X's, and even beyond. So yeah, that's definitely some thought for 30 there. Some thick thought 30. Thick thought 30. All right, so we'll keep a lookout for that, as well as cryptographics magic. But it's working pretty much as designed. It's kind of cool. Working pretty well. All right. Is that what we were talking about there? How are we doing for time? 55 minutes on the hour. So let's move away from there. That was a little bit of insight there. Now, the big one, of course, is Gladiator Games, guys, is on this weekend. And tournament number 4, the Fight for Glory. Don't you love that? The Fight for Glory. In fact, I think I saw, did I see someone who cryptographics? No, we've got Crypto MVS, the editor of the Monster Thread and promotional lead for the Crypto Night Show, is in the house. I challenge you to a duel in the Gladiator Games. Well, we'll have to probably do that on another show, Crypto MBS, because they haven't really set up for that. But we should do that coming up soon. But in any case, we've got Gladiator Games, the Fight for Glory by Gladiator Games. The prizes this week. So last week, tournament 1 was 650. Tournament 2 was I think 750. Tournament 3 was 650. And then tournament 4 is 775. And the number of players has been growing every week, so that's very exciting. And you guys could be one of the new players, so pretty exciting. Legendary is also up to grab, so that's not included in the cash value. That's but it does have cash value because they're they're legendary gear, and that is out at the moment. So the Fight for Glory prizes $775. When does it start? 5 p.m. CST time, so Central Time in the United States. And it will end on Sunday midnight CST time. So there we go. So very cool. I think that's equivalent to 10 p.m. UTC time start on that one. And there will be 20 winners. So $775, 20 winners. There are 2 tiers now. So there's 2 different evolutions of Gladiators. Tier 1 is where we were playing the first 3 weekends. But now Tournament 4 is the first weekend that tier 2 gladiators. There's some slightly more advanced gladiators. You have to do breeding, or you can buy them on the market. So if you can't do the breeding, you can buy tier 2 gladiators off the market. You want to obviously make sure you get a good value as much as you can. But tier 2s are there. Winners will win $200. So you do need to, if you're going to try and win, you will need to have a pretty good gladiator kitted out with all the top, legendary gear. All the qualities of it, like the strength and agility, all need to be pretty high. And you also need to be pretty skilled at fighting, so you need to do lots of training with the AI. Number 2 to 5th spot is $100, so $100 each. So if you're number 2 or 5, you're going to get $100 each. Number 6 to 7th spot is $50 each. Number 8 to 10 is $25 each. So the prizes have got more broader, so more people will be winning in the weekend. So it's pretty cool. So the more people that play, the more bigger the prizes get, the more winners there will be. So it's kind of neat like that. And spots number 11 to 20 will get legendary gear. So last week, for week 3, there was only 10 winners. Now there's 20 winners. So it's really, really cool. The game is really growing nicely there. So big shout out to Jason, the developer there. And of course, there is 5 steps to joining up. You go to the website, gladiatorgamescrypto.net. You connect your wallet up. I always say use a DGen wallet. You guys know the rules. With anything, doesn't matter what it is, use a DGen wallet and put some Pulse in it and play the game that way. All right, so that's the basics there. Number 3 is create free gladiators. The gladiators are free to create. You can create as many as you want. There are 4 different types of gladiators. There are some with 2 swords, some with a sword and a shield, some with a net and a sword. There's all sorts of stuff there. They've got their old Roman names. Now, once you do create free gladiators, you can then train, you can then buy or craft weapons to equip gladiators. Now, if you're going to craft weapons, you need to also go gather resources, which means you need to do quests and or buy mines and things like that in the asset game. So you do have to do that before you can craft weapons. Or you can just go and buy weapons, right? So you can go buy whatever weapons you want. There's lots of weapons on the market. And then, of course, you then can train against AI, which will be good for you to get used to all the keys and the weapons that you have. And of course, you can also do peer-to-peer battles where you battle for gold if there are fights available at the time. So you can do those two. That's how you get good at playing. And then, of course, you then need to buy some gold. Now, gold is 1-to-1, so 1 pulse equals 1 gold, and you use gold on the game, right? So it's a central server, basically, and you need to do that. Now, also the Roam token is also the main token for the crypto token for the Gladiator games. That is going to be being used increasingly more in the game. In fact, I've got it on good word that there are going to be some major updates using Roam token, which is pretty cool. So I think I've got a couple of comments here about that. So what have I got here? So there's going to be a new functionality being added today called the Roman Senate, which is going to be cool. So this game is expanding rapidly all the time. You're not having to wait for months. It's just happening, right? So it's really cool. People will be able to vote on in-game decisions using the Roam token as well. So Roam has a bigger use case now as well. So the Roam is going to be increasingly used in the game, and you can buy that on the market. They're also adding Roam staking. So Roam is going to be able to be staked as well, and you're going to be able to get materials in the game. So massive upgrades there for Roam token. I think the Roam token has taken off a little bit on some of this news. I'm not sure how much this news has got out, but it's certainly starting to ramp up. Also, they're going to add a battle coach for those that are not, pretty new to Gladiator games. They're going to have a battle coach to help people fight more effectively in the battles. So that is very, very exciting. So we're going to have a quick look at that in a minute. But that is some of the cool stuff. So lots of cool innovations here and rapid updates. So you're not having to wait around. And this is what we've always been frustrated about, is having to wait on all these cool things to come. But no, they're coming out every day, every week. New updates are coming, and it's pretty bullish. Number 5 is then you can join the tournament if you want to. You don't have to join the tournament. You can do AI battles and battles, but if you want to get into the tournament, winning some of those prizes, then you can spend some gold to get into the tournament. Now it's 300,000 gold to get into tier 1 and tier 2 this week at least. So it might change from week to week, but that is the cost of 300,000 pulse, 300,000 gold, and then there's 20,000 gold per fight. At least in tier 2 there will be. So every fight, and you could win that, you could lose that. So that's the in-tournament game there, and then the prizes are given out at the end. So it's pretty cool. So yep, that's pretty much it. All you have to do is make some players at Gladiator Games. Join the Telegram group. I strongly recommend you join them. Let them know that Superman sent you, and I'm sure they might give you a warm welcome there at Gladiator Games. And they often do a lot of the tournament fights in there as well. They share the videos. There's a huge amount of people jumping in there now, getting excited about that. And we're only warmed up. It's only week 4. And of course, you can also follow the Emperor. That's Jason, of course, on X Games on X. And of course, the Roam token there at the moment is on a bit of a move. Now, I've got a little tip here as well. Equip your gladiators and train against AI in battles during the week. Now, it's supposed to be week, but I put weekend accidentally, for the weekend tournaments and prizes. So during the week, you should be getting yourself ready for the tournaments, and that way you won't be under stress or anything. Now, you can also go to the market on Gladiator Games, and you can buy your gladiators, that sort of thing. And you can get into the game and buy equipment. You can buy equipment. So you can make Gladiator for free and go to the market and buy the equipment, or you can just buy gladiators. But I don't know how easy it is to check whether the gladiator's got all the heavy armor on. You have to look at all the qualities there. So that is pretty much it. So let's have a quick look at, first of all, the website. And then we're going to have a look at the token as well. And this is on the move right now. Now, I'll post a link to this in the chat there so you guys can join up. But I strongly recommend getting into Discord there and getting involved. Gladiator Games. Week 4, man. You're early, so you're all OGs turning out right now. And that is a link to the site there. I might post this under the... that is the link to Gladiator Games. So the first full operational game on PulseChain. There are probably about 7 or 8 type of games on PulseChain, but this is the one I would say is the most fully operational, let's say. Mafia's been out there, of course. It's not fully operational yet, waiting for the one big module left, I think, in the killing stage. So that's not far away. And then we might get in, Q4, we might get Geezer as well launching. We'll see. I mean, they've still got to launch, right? But Gladiator Games is out today. And then there's obviously X Game coming on Decentralized Casino, on-chain bet coming. So there are other games. There's 1 or 2 other smaller games out there, but really this is the main first game that we've top tier game that we've got so far. And there's going to be rapid updates to graphics as well in the game, so keep a lookout for that. Those are all happening in the future, so nice. But there's updates every day. It's pretty amazing. So there's the link there. And it's got all the stuff you need to know to be able to join and know the prizes there. So just quickly go to the website. So this is the website right now. I'm not signed on. I'm not sure if it's on this one. Yeah, I won't be signing on this one, but this is the website, so you can join up and get involved in the battles. I might bring this up on another screen actually, but that is the website. Now the chart, of course, is getting a little bit of a pump in here for the looks of it. It is up 44% today. I'm not sure whether that news has got out actually about some of those updates. Let me have a quick look in Gladiator Games. No. Oh, look, we got Real Xavier, the big influencer, 480,000 followers, is now in the Gladiator Games. So he's just joined up from the looks of it. I'm not sure how long he's been in there, but he's in there. So you've got the biggest influencer in PulseChain by numbers is in the Gladiator Games now. We also had the dude also get in from Helios join up the other day as well. So there is a good probably half a dozen influencers in there now, and it's early days, so they're sniffing out this project, so it's pretty cool. All right, so there will be updates to the video side as well. Kind of cool. All right, so that's kind of cool. Let's leave it there. Now we're up to on time, 1 hour and 6 minutes. So we got a little bit of time to showcase the game. Let me just go and pull up. Oh, that's the wrong one. Is it the right one? Yeah. Let me go pull up the game. I have to switch over and pick up my demo account. Not sure what's happening here, but we'll try and work it out. Oh, what's going on here? Having trouble with this demo account here. Oh, there we go. Sign up. All right. So what else? Let's go there. We might actually be able to play MVS if he's still around. Not sure if he's still around, but we'll go have a look. So that is the chart there at the moment for that. But let's go back to here and let me split the screen. And let me go to that one and let me remove that. Took me ages. Remember how long it took me to get this right? That's the funny part about it. So let me go back up here. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Bam. Actually, that's okay. Yeah, it doesn't put on the tab. You won't have sound effects, but that's okay. That's okay. And bam, let's go. All right, and we're live. All right, so this is the Gladiator Games. So there's lots to this game. I'm not going to go through the whole game. I'm going to do that on a separate video. I've already done a video with Jason, the founder, ages ago, but there has been quite a few changes. And so this is the game. This is the battle arena. So you got your gladiators. Like I said, you can create as many gladiators as you want. It's easy to do. There's 4 different types, and you can create as many as you like. So lots of different within each type. There's all these different pictures of different gladiators you can have, both male and female. What I suggest to you is you upgrade all the different qualities. So you can do that once every 24 hours. And Rhyme token if you want to speed it up. But I just hit the different things every day, and so you can do that. Just run through. I just run through, and I've got 10 gladiators that I just sent. These gladiators are all done because I send them on quests, right? So I got 10 gladiators just for the quests so that I get all the all the resources I can. So you see, I just go through. This is what I do and just upload here. Then I have my 2. So I got 10 of those, and I send them on quests. But I got these 2 ones that I have fighting, and they're also for breeding. Yes, that's a very, very, very funny game. We got the Chosen One and the Death, and they're both male, female, and they use them for breeding. But you can use any of these for breeding, and that gets you from tier 1. These are all tier 1s. But this one on the right here is the first baby. Yeah, first baby Galactus. Yeah, just like the character in the movie, eats planets. But Galactus, daughter of Death. So Death is the father there. Galactus is daughter of Death, which is pretty funny because Galactus does kill off planets, so it's not fun. But she's she's doing well there. But it's she's a generation 2. See, these ones are generation 1, so generation 2 there. You need generation 2 gladiators to fight in the tournaments, right? So we've got battles. You can fight with different people for battles. There's someone here got a battle that you can go play. It's for 200 gold. But the tournaments, what is coming up this weekend? And we got a tournament number 4. Can you believe it? Tournament number 4. And you can join up to either of these. Now they both cost 300,000 gold. And do we have the prizes up here? No, this is not updated yet. So this is supposed to be updated. This is updated for last week. So this will get updated soon to week number 4. So these details will change. As I said in the post, this is actually $775, and there will be 20 winners there. So expect that to be updated there. But this has been updated, so you can either pick one, gladiator and fight in the tier 1 gladiators, or you can jump over to the generation 2 or tier 2 gladiators, and you can pick up one of these. So I'll be fighting with Galactus, right? So Galactus there, and that was going to cost me 300,000 gold. So I'm going to pay that, probably today, tomorrow, and join up. So how many people are already in? We've got 4 people already joined up for tier 2 or generation 2. We can see the standings. Obviously, no one's fighting yet, but we've got 4 people early. They're all early, super keen players. I'll get in there soon enough. But that is pretty much it. Now, how do you get tier 2? Well, you can breed them. You can fight with tier 1, so you can enter the tier 1 tournament, but you can breed them, and you can pick up gladiators. You click on your list. Yeah, it takes 3 weeks to be able before you can do that. I think it is 3 weeks, or you might have moved it to 2 weeks now, actually. And you can get a male and I think a female, and that will put them into each spot. And you click the breed. You got to make up a new gladiator, right? The baby gladiator, and then of course that will cost you, I think, 50,000 Rome tokens to do the breeding. So 50,000 Rome tokens you have to have in your wallet. So that's basically the idea there. And then it's going to breed you a new baby gladiator too. And you can see I've already got mine. I've done one. Now you can have as many as you want. I will have to do more myself, but I've got one so far. I've got Galactus. She will be fighting in the tournament. She's a little badass. So there we are. That's her equipment. She needs still more equipment. Missing some rings and necklaces. I haven't got all the top tier weapons. I've got one good weapon, legendary tier 2. So this is the top weapon you can have. And I'm sitting in with some epic gear and some rare gear. So epic gear's in orange. It's the second best quality gear. And haven't even got slates in here. So it's even within that. You got wooden and leather and slate and metal basically. I would like to have metal on this, but I haven't got that yet. And then I've got a metal helmet, plate helmet as they call it. So it's pretty good tier 2. So it gives me good defense, and overall my stats are 45, so not too bad there. Now, this is the first player that I've had a genetic benefit from, right? So genetics on tier 1, you will have no genetic benefit. So you got the base amount plus the genetics and the equipment. So the base is really your those qualities that you upgrade. So I've got all those maxed out pretty much, and I've got a little bit of genetic benefits from tier 2, and the weapons, of course, 18 there with my awesome legendary tier 2 Hasta, which is my spear there. So it's pretty cool. I haven't got a shield. I need a shield, and I need some bandage and food. You're going to need that in a fight because you got to heal your person and bandage and food there. So I've got a little bit of work to do there to get that ready before the tournament. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen. All right, so that is pretty cool. Not bad. So if you want to get gold, you've got to go to here. You got to buy gold, and so you got to have Pulse in your wallet to buy gold, right? So you can do that and add gold to the game, and you're going to need gold for the economy, playing the tournaments and battles. But also, if I go to the market and I get rid of this tab here, got to always tab off that. Then I can go and check out stuff. So I can check out for tier 1 gladiators, which is what most people will be that are new, or tier 2 for people that have been around a little bit, or that buy a tier 2 gladiator, and then it will give you the different weapons that are available there. And of course you can tab through all the different types. You can obviously use keyword searches and stuff like that. Now you can buy equipment, right? So you can buy all this sort of stuff. You can buy the best equipment. Actually, I think they've got some of that. So you can go to Legendary, and yeah, you can buy some of the best equipment there. 600,000 gold for a lot of the stuff. Or you can go to the Epic. Remember, I had most of the Epic gear. Remember, most of my stuff was orange that I had on my character. That's 300,000 for a lot of the stuff there. But there are, some depends on who's selling, right? Who's selling there. But you can see all the gear there. You can go kit your whole Gladiator out there with all that. It's pretty cool. Now, in terms of equipment, you can also just go buy Gladiator. You can do that. There are no legendary gladiators, but are there any epics? Yes, there are a couple of epics, 5 epics up for grabs. So you can buy these. People got different prices. Well, actually, the same price on here, 2.5 million gold. But you've got to compare what are they, how strong are they actually? That's the other thing of it, right? So none of these seem to have gear with them, so they all seem to be naked. There's no gear on there, so you'd have to buy the gear on top of it from the looks of it. So it's got base plus genetic, but it doesn't have the additional one. So yeah, that is it. Let's have a look at the next level down, whether there's any gladiators down there. They all seem to be naked gladiators. No armor on them is what I mean, from the looks of it. Yeah, it's hard to tell from there, but that's all it says is based on genetics. So that is it at the moment. But other than that, you can go buy equipment and go kit it. Once you buy all the equipment, you need Pulse/gold for that. You can then go and put it on your Gladiator. How do you do that? Well, you got to go to your Gladiator and you got to click on it, and then you'll have your inventory down the bottom here, and you can kit it out by double clicking, right? So I've already done it all with all my stuff. I think I've got the best stuff on there. The stuff is all relatively inferior, is it? What's this one here actually? Epic Tier 2 plate shoulders. So what have I got on at the moment? So I've got Epic Tier 2 wood shoulders, so that's not as good. 39, and this one here is what? 56. So I've got to swap that out. So let's do that. So I'm going to swap this wooden one out here for these plate ones, and that's going to be bigger defense. So let me double click on that, and let's put them in place. And now I've got even better outfit now, so it's cool. So I'm even a stronger player now. I would like to get plates on everything. Now, wood's good, but I'd like to get plates. But I don't have all the equipment on this, do I? And I want to get pretty good quality stuff. I want to get epic at least, that even having a fighting chance in the game, because there'll be a lot of legendary players in there, no doubt. And so I do need better equipment. So that's pretty much it at the moment. That's how you do it. You just double click. I still need to get a shield and some bandage and food for this, which is all tier 2 levels, right? So I need tier 2 levels for that. Now that brings in the economy. You can play the economy. You got quests, which you can do. You can see I've got a claim now, so it's kind of cool. So I'll do that. And I'll put that back on. But I could Galactus 2, actually. I might put my Galactus 2 on there. And that's so putting a tier 2 in means I'm going to get tier 2 resources, right? So, but I got to wait 3 hours for that. So I've only got one tier 2 resource at the moment. So what I need to do is either buy tier 2 gladiators, which are kind of expensive right now, or go breed them. So I can go breed them and do that. So I'll have to do a lot of breeding and get the go, and that's going to cost me 50,000 Rome each. So that's kind of how the game kind of runs. The other way, of course, is you can buy assets like mines. You can buy iron mines and lumber mills. You can see I've got an iron mine here. It is a tier 2 as well, so I'm getting tier 2 iron as well. And I can click claim. Bam. And that's I got that. So these are actually really quite useful. They do cost 100,000 gold or 100,000 pulse. And then once I've harvested that, I can go into my resources here and start crafting. So I've got all these resources. So let's see what else I've got. So have I got enough for? Yes, I got enough to make a tier 2 shield. Remember, I had no shield, so this is my first time I'm going to have enough to go and make a shield. Now, for a shield, I need tier 2 iron and tier 2 lumber, and then I can make one, presumably. Actually, is it saying I can do that? Do I have enough? I think I do. Lumber 3. Oh no, I'm missing lumber. I need a little bit more lumber. I need another 22 lumber, so I have to wait. So fortunately, I think I put so I'm gonna have to wait a little bit to get enough lumber, but I'm pretty close, and I'll be able to make a shield, and that would be very important because I don't have any shield right now. Actually, I have a level 1 shield, but I don't have a level 2 tier 2 shield. So you can kind of see, and there are things that you can do in the game. So there's lots of stuff. You can, get resources with the quests and the assets. You can craft some weapons. You can buy some weapons and gladiators. And in the store, you can do some pretty snazzy updates here as well. You can upgrade your gear in here and exchange materials in the store. You can do that with gold. I think you require gold. They've also got these 2 new features here with copper and silver. Yeah, the copper and silver, not just gold now, copper and silver. I don't have any copper right now, but if you do battles for 20,000 gold or more, you win or lose in the battles, and you do earn some copper, and you can spin the loot, and you might win some really cool gear in the game. So it's kind of cool. The other one big thing is silver, and you can forge a weapon, a special weapon, if you've got some silver. I have no silver, so I can't do that. I have done this. I have made one weapon with this because I got some from prize that I won. But you can make weapons and armor and shields with custom weapons. Pretty cool. But you got to get some silver, and you don't get silver in the battles. It's like a special prize thing that you make. So that is Gladiator Games, kind of cool. There's also this is brand new, right? So AI Coach, 1 credit costs 20,000 gold, which is pretty good. That's pretty good value. You have 51,000 gold. Yeah, I do. So, I mean, I could do that. And maybe I should, daily merch there. So let's do one of these. Now, AI credits are used for AI powered features. Each credit costs 20,000. Cost per credit is 20,000 gold. Available gold 51,000. How much do I want? 1. Yeah, I'm going to buy 1. Let's go back. There we are. So buy 1, and my gold balance went down from 51 to 31,000, and now I've got an AI credit. So I don't know. There's a button here. I don't know what that button does. That's it. Oh, that's this purchase thing, right? Right. So that's cool. And then there's another thing, buy deal, available now. You can buy resources for 100,000 gold. Sort of a big way of getting your resources real quick. I just noticed I think that's just tier 1 though. I don't know if that's tier 2. That's interesting. I might have to talk to the founder about that. But that is pretty much it on there. What else? If I go to the Gladiators again, does it have it? It has AI battle. Now, if you want to train, you want to get good at using the keys and how to fight, like skilled, you can go in and click on this button here and do AI battles, right? So you can go do that and have a good fight. Now, I'm not sure I can actually fight AI while I'm on a quest. Remember this? I put this on a quest for resources. I'm not sure if I can actually do that now. Let's see if I'll click on it and see whether it actually allows me, but I don't think it will allow me to do that. But I could do one that's not on a fight, which is my chosen one. This is the one I used in the tier 1 fights. This is my most powerful gladiator, and that's my other powerful one called Death. Death in the chosen one. How about that? So you can have a bit of fun with the names. It's kind of cool. What else? We've got some more comments in the house. So we've got Matt and Bali. Howdy all. Good to see you, Matt. And we've got howdy to Brendan as well. So that is a little bit of stuff happening around the old Gladiator Games Tournament 4, guys, is up this weekend. And hopefully that's been a little bit insightful around how to use the game. But basically, you just sign up with a DGen wallet, put some pulse in it, buy some gold, right? Buy some gold. And then, of course, you can go to Gladiators next. Create a gladiator. Right? Create as many as you want. You're going to need probably create at least 12 or something. But you can just create 1 or 2 if you want. But if you want to get resources, then I'd create 10 of those, so you can go out and do all these quests, right? And you'll be able to do all that, right? So it's kind of cool. And then you can go and do AI. Once you've done that, you can go to the market. You can, if you don't want to wait around, you can go to the market and you can buy gear, right? So you just go equipment, buy gear, and then go buy. You can choose to buy the best stuff. That's obviously the most expensive. You can buy any, maybe the next level down, epic or rare. You probably, buy any of those 3, and so on, and you can, get your gear out. It will make a big difference in the tournament. And then you can go do battles as well for cash prizes, or you can go to the tournament and get ready for the tournament, which is going to cost you 300,000. Now you can play tier 1 generators. This is generation 1 or generation 2, which is where a lot of the more advanced players will be playing in this generation 2. All right, so I think that's it. Is that it for it? I think that's it for the time being. And should we play a little game on the way out? Should we play a little game? I might have to play a little. Should we play against what's this one here? Tet. There's a generation one. This is we'll check. This is Death Eater. We might play against Death Eater here. Let me get a decent. Let me use Death chosen. I'll choose the chosen one. We'll really smash the old Death Eater there. And let's go for gold. There we go. 4, 3, 1. All right, let's go. Wanya la Kenya. Hi. I don't even know if this is going to fight back. This AI. It's not a real person I'm fighting. I think I'm fighting an AI. Yeah. Now, with this one, I have a strike. So I have a strike. See that strike with the spear, and then I also have wound. Right, wound is quite kind of hard, but kick is my most powerful one. Right, this kick number 2, and if I kick, that really hurts. That really hurts them, right? Now the wind there. See the colors at the top right. They got the yellow and the and the red. That's 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 all activity, right? So I won that pretty easy. So I won that pretty easy. But if I picked up the now I won some glory there as well. It's going to be used later in the game. That's not out yet, and also some gold. I won 200 gold there. It's kind of cool. But my point being is that some of those other ones are really important. Let me just go to that the AI was normally AIs fight back, but the AI was just sitting there. I don't know why. The AI was having a bit of a dumb spell. Let's take my chosen one and fight myself an AI. Let's go fight myself. All right, so I got knocked down. I'm fighting AI now. AI is fighting. Now the 6 and 7, they get number 6 and 7. They give me they update that yellow and red stuff, so that yellow and red stuff goes up, and so you can fight with more activity. Now the green is your strength. If you lose your green, you're dead. I've got 8 and 9 bandage and food. I can use that, and that will heal me a bit. 8 and 9 will heal me, and 6 and 7 will give me more energy, basically. But remember, kick is my greatest thing here. You can jump up and down. You can push the down button for defense. But I'm gonna lose if I don't watch myself. Um, so you got to push the 6 and 7 button and the 8 and 9 button so that you keep energized and you keep healthy. That's basically it. I'm not sure. Am I going to lose? All right. No, we're all right. And when you get less than 10%, you can use the execute button to get a new feature. Execute, and execute is like that number 5 button is like a real quick kill. Because you're playing there's another way of getting resources. So you can get resources through the assets, buying an asset like a mine. You can get them through quests, sending your gladiators on quests, or you can get them through beating AI battles. And so you get resources that way. So there's 3 ways of getting resources for 2 ways for free, and 1 way you can buy some mines and get resources. Those resources you can use to craft weapons and shields and things like that instead of buying on the market. Buying on the market's kind of the quick way to go, and you can get some pretty epic weapons that way. But if you want to play the slightly longer game, cheaper game, then you just do that. So that's kind of the play. Now it had the sound effects on, so it's fairly noisy. I don't know if you guys could hear any of that, but that's pretty much it. What else there? Crypto investors join up for the 4th weekly tournament and compete for $775. Absolutely. So that's in the play there, and that is Gladiator Games Tournament 4 coming up. And the more players that we get, the bigger prizes we'll get every weekend. That's basically the idea. So yeah, keep a lookout for that. I'm looking for a battle, says Crypto MVS. I don't even know if you were there. Use your block more, super counterattack. Well, I was trying to explain the game. That's the reason why I wasn't like fighting hardcore, because I was trying to explain the buttons as I was going, but it was pretty noisy and carnage from my side of things. I don't know if you guys could hear the noise because I haven't got the audio on, but we go to battles. Is there any battles on? There is a battle for 20,000. This is Brad. So Brad's on a Generation 2. I have no Generation 2s. I don't really want to fight a Generation 2 with the Generation 1, even though I've got a good one. I'm having a look at the generation, and this one is very powerful. So I'm not going to be fighting a Brad. Brad's got a very powerful stats here. And so 64 agility and 66 stamina. So I'm not really going to fight for that one. So I don't know if that's MVS crypto or what, but that's a very powerful gladiator indeed. So yeah, I'm not going to be fighting that. And my level two generator. Remember? Oh, sorry, my level 2 or tier 2 gladiator is on a quest right now. You guys know I put it on a quest here. It's off to the mine of the Vulcan. So it's trying to get some iron and lumber because I need some tier 2 iron and lumber, right, to make a shield. I don't even have a shield yet for my gladiator 2. Remember, my gladiator 2 needs a shield, so that's my priority, is to get my gladiator 2 a shield. Because it's got no shield. Look, no shield. I need a shield. Who wants to go in a battle without a shield? I know the picture says I got a shield, and the game will tell me I've got a shield, but I got no shield, which means that my points are down. MVS says, try again. I put a weak one in. Okay, that's better. We just need a demonstration. We don't need to see the Ultimate Warrior and the gladiators. we just need a fair go. Let's go to the battle. Let's who we got there. Have we got any battles? There's no battle in there. What the fudge? Where's the battles? I thought you were going to battle me. This is going to be our last thing for the show since we're already up to an hour and a half. I was going to do a separate show on gladiator games, which we will still do. Is anyone coming to battle me? There we go. So we got. Let's have a look at this one. This is a tier generation 1. I'm happy about that. 32.26. I think that's worth fighting on the old actually 20,000 gold. We'll do that. And I've got to choose a good fighter, though. So let's choose the chosen one, my best player. And how does that compare? Well, stamina 34. I got 32. Strength is 26. I've got 31, so I'm stronger there. Speed is 24. I got 29. The crit is 31. I got 22, which is not as strong. Agility 32, 24. So we've got some pros and cons there. I don't know what armor this one is wearing. That's the only thing. It could be wearing some legendary gear. So I could be in for it. But let's give it a go. This is our final battle. This is for 20,000 gold. So this is real gold / pulse. And wish me luck here. Generation 1 versus Generation 1. And see how we go. You can see that they've got 103,000 on the green. I've got 100,000. So they're slightly stronger than me. So fighting away. Now I missed a kick then, and that's not great. Remember, kicks are some of my strongest moves are kicks, right? So that's not great. So that was pretty good for my part, but I did use my bandages as well. I used my bandages to heal myself. I only got a limited amount of that, right? So I got to be careful. There we go. So victory or death. There we go. So there we go. So I had 150 Gloria, so that's going to be useful in the game later on. At the moment, that's not really used, but it's actually you want to win a lot of that because that's going to be useful later on. I've got 2 triumphs so far, and I got 20,000 gold prize, which is 20,000 pulse I just won. So there we go. And that was that game. So thanks very much, MVS, for that. Sparta. Yeah, this is Sparta. Yeah, and lock it in as well. Yeah, dear boy. So that's a nice victory there. And I definitely had some counterattack there. I was doing some switching and some jumping around and so forth, so that wasn't too bad. And I'm doing it on live stream, which is always a little bit harder. But there we go. That is the game. So that is a little bit of clues. Now people are going to be doing that in the tournaments. You enter the tournament by putting your gladiator in. If you're going to be in Generation 2, you need a Generation 2. You can see I've got no Generation 2s there. I need to breed some more, or you can buy some on the market, but I'm going to probably breed them. And in view standings, you can see who's already in there. Early players, these are all people that have gone early. And so I think we're targeting at least 20 players this season. I think we had 16 in Tournament 3. So we're targeting about 20 this team at least. So that's where we go. And there are 20 prizes. So if there's 20 gladiators, there's going to be 20 prizes to be won. So it's kind of cool. This has not been updated yet, so that needs to be updated. That's all I'm saying. So it is actually $775, and 20 players will win stuff. For top 10 cash prizes, and the bottom 20 are legendary weapons. Was it GG MVS, says Brennan, yeah. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. And where's all the details? If you want to join up to Gladiator Games, you are going to be early OG, and that is right there. And you can get some tips and helps from people in the community. Lots of people willing to help out there as well. And like I say, there's that new bot now, right? That new bot that you can buy in the store, AI Coach, which is pretty useful. You'll probably want to get one of those if you're new. All right, that's pretty much it. I think that's it for the show. An hour and 36 minutes. Boy, we went over 20 minutes over the show timeline, but that's okay. We're having fun, and it's cool. Look forward to it. All right, take care, everybody. I'll catch you on the next show. Thanks for MVS for the help with the old Fight Club, and see you guys gladiators, new gladiators in Telegram. Tell them that Superman sent you, and I will see you there myself. All right, take care. Bye for now.